I have to make sure I pronounce this airline correctly to avoid demonetization by YouTube because of the use of a swear word. Said that, welcome to my Air Seoul flight review. Greetings from the beautiful Jeju Island in South Korea, where I just arrived on this Asiana Boeing 767-300. Of course, I made a video about it. Today I'm going to fly the world's busiest air route, from Jeju to Seoul Gimpo, and I chose an airline from a wide range of airlines to choose from. Air Seoul it is today, and let me take you along. Thanks to Priority Pass, I may access the relatively minimalistic Korean Air Lounge, which, however, offers a pretty nice view to the ramp and some of the airlines serving this island. Now it's time to head to the departure area. Okay, this is a really busy airport. I plan to fly on board this Korean Air Airbus A330 on a domestic route soon. So maybe subscribe to my channel not to miss my thoughts about it. Wow, this airport is overwhelming, to be honest. At least for me. It's packed, loud, kids running around. No chicken or so, but still it was so busy. But we are talking about the world's busiest air route. Jeju to Seoul or Seoul to Jeju, so no wonder it's so busy here. A little bit more plane spotting, and soon it was time to join the boarding queue for my flight to Seoul this afternoon. So it does indeed look like we have a bus gate. So that means I most likely have a wonderful view of the aircraft while boarding. And we indeed had to take a bus to get to our aircraft, which provided me the opportunity to get a few more impressions from the ramp perspective. And here it is, my Air Seoul Airbus A321-200, my home for the next roughly 1.5 hours. How do you like this mint green on white color scheme? I didn't think I would like it, but I actually do. I'm not in the mint zone today, which seems to be some sort of extra comfort class. Today I will be sitting on a regular Air Seoul Economy Class seat. Not even an emergency exit seat for me today. So we'll find out what that means in regards to legroom. Wow, look at this, not too bad at all, I'm impressed. Let's quickly check out the aircrafts we fly today. HL8073 is the registration, and the aircraft was manufactured 18 years ago. Not the youngest aircraft, and I'm sure it has experienced some refitting over the years, as the cabin looks new. But I certainly have never seen this strange seat shape. This bulk where usually the seat pocket would be. The seat itself does not recline and also has no adjustable headrest, so it's rather basic, this seat. The safety card and other papers I find behind the fold-down table. There's also a Mint shop catalogue and the aforementioned safety card. Strangely, the seat pocket isn't fully enclosed below, so maybe don't drop any pens or mobile phones in there. The Mint Shop in-flight shopping magazine is more like a fancy leaflet, with only a few items to sell, and even fewer food items. As mentioned before, no seat recline knob, hence no seat recline to show you. Overhead I find the usual reading lights, a signage and also individual air fans, which is a nice treat. We are finally on our way, taxiing past an array of colorful airlines. By the way, have you already subscribed to my channel? If not, consider doing so, as this would help my channel grow. And don't forget that thumbs up button, if you like what you see. We are cleared for takeoff, so see you shortly up in the sky. What a stunning view of Jeju Island this was, don't you think so? The flight seems full to the last seat, I guess also thanks to the fact that it's weekend now and many travel from Seoul to Jeju and back for a weekend break. This seems to be the very limited food and beverage choice on board this aircraft today. Hey, what's that? How come this gentleman could recline his seat? Looks like I missed something. So how can the seat be reclined? Nope, there's no armrest seat knob, I just double checked. What's that down there? This red thingy? You see what I mean? This red handle? Maybe that's the recliner actuator. Let's see what happens when I utilize it. Ha, there is indeed a seat recline available, you only need to know how. Have you ever seen such a seat recline mechanics with an under-seat recliner switch? It's surely a first for me, and I'm dramatizingly shocked about that. This symbolic footage here is to show that there is no complimentary catering with Air Seoul. Not even some water, so the tray table remains empty. We've just entered a region of fairly moderate turbulence. Having a nap now isn't an easy endeavor, but let's try. Well, I actually managed to drift away for a few minutes. But now I feel too awake again, so let's upright the seat back again, not to occupy the fellow passenger space behind me for any longer than needed. Eventually, we have started our descent into Seoul Gimpo, so let's get ready for arrival. If you wonder how much I paid for this flight, here you go. This is equal to roughly $39 at the time of this video. The seatbelt sign is illuminated and we are shortly entering the thick and dense cloud layer over Seoul. There's not much to see now, and for a moment I was a bit worried that we might not be able to land due to insufficient visibility. Welcome to rainy Seoul Gimpo International Airport. I will quickly walk to my airport hotel and I will provide you a summary of my impression about Air Seoul. Stick to me for a minute if you like to see an introvert trying to talk directly into a camera. Welcome to Seoul Gimpo Airport. I made it back to my airport hotel at Seoul Gimpo after my Air Seoul flight from Jeju. Even though the aircraft was not the youngest anymore, it felt very clean, very modern, and it had quite a new feeling. So maybe it got refurbished recently, or they actually took really good care of the cabin. The legroom was really good and the cabin crew was nice. I mean, I was not interacting much with the cabin crew because there was no food service or anything else, so it was basically hello and goodbye. But overall, I felt welcome on board, and the seat was surprisingly comfortable considering it was such a thin padding on the seat, so I don't mind flying Air Seoul again. It almost had a little bit of a boutique airline feeling. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe it's just this sleek interior. It was almost minimalistic, as you would almost expect from a low-cost carrier. But still, I felt comfortable on board, even though it was a full flight because of the extra legroom. I was quite happy in there. Maybe I wish they would have served at least some water free of charge, but I guess it's a little bit too much to ask for from a low-cost carrier. So it's alright. It was only a 1 hour flight. And considering the price I paid, I would say I recommend Air Seoul to anyone who wants to save a little bit on airfare when traveling within South Korea. Said that, thank you for watching. Till next time, bye for now. Bye bye.